I think we are live now.
Are you sure?
Yeah, you look alive.
Yes. Okay. Then, hello. I warmly welcome you all again to our launch meeting, and I hope everyone is here again. I would like to welcome Adriano Ottino, of course, our audience first. Adriano Ottino, one of our vice presidents
you look
and
alive.
former president and one of the founders of SRI. Hassan Al-Failakawi. Yes, and I also would like to welcome Jim Crisafulli from Hawaii. Hello. He's also one of our board members, Werner Grande as well. Greetings to Austria. Alberto Cavallo, Guy Pignolet. Hello. Greetings to France. Marike Feenstra. Hello. I warmly welcome you. Maybe you could put your camera on. I will give you the floor soon. Steve Simons, Giulio Rosente, all members of SRI, and we have many others here. Arjun, Emily, and I think I have now everyone here. Marike Feenstra is from Holland, and she is one of the, beside Bernard Foing, she is organizer and initiator of this nice mission. And just a second, I have to take a cat here from my... and I have some space cats here.
What's your cat's name? What's your cat's name?
His name is Bolek. Can you
Bolek.
see him?
Oh, hey, Bolek.
He's from Poland. And here's Alenka. She's also from Poland. That's a girl. It's my little girl.
Oh.
Yes, they are twins. So, that's why they look so similar. Okay, Marike, I would like to give you the floor to talk about a little bit about the mission and how you organize this. So, the stage is yours.
Wonderful. Thank you for inviting me and for being here. Unfortunately, last night I wasn't able to join, but our wonderful Philippe joined from Sweden.
Yes.
So basically I've known Bernard since 2021 when we first started talking about bringing art to the moon. There's many different projects going. And when he actually told me that he wanted to bring art to the moon, I started studying a little bit, okay, what is there already on the moon? And there was very little. There was actually only one artwork on the moon, which was Paul van Hooijdonk since 1971. So from that, I got so inspired and, I was like, oh my gosh, it's been 50 years since there was art going to the moon again. So we really hit it off, Bernard and myself and Mary Kuiper, and they were working on the Moon Gallery project at the time. I'm very much into Web3. I don't know if anyone, knows what that is, but it's basically the new way of working digitally. So for example, a metaverse, like behind me, you see a version of the Moon Mars Museum that we actually brought to the surface of the moon in March with the Firefly Blue Ghost. So that was our first mission, and we actually brought Paul van Hooijdonk's artwork, which you see a little bit in the corner here. So his artwork was on the moon since 1971, and it was actually placed there with a commemorative plaque of some astronauts that lost their lives in different missions. So they laid down his artwork, but his intention was always to have it upright. So we took the artwork upright in a digital version as well as in an analog version, meaning a printed version. Again, so unfortunately, he passed away a couple of weeks ago. But he did experience that his artwork went there for the second time with us, with the Moon Mars Museum. And Bernard also had a beautiful artwork in there that he made together with Johanna Nyquist, who is the co-founder of the Moon Mars Museum. And then when Bernard started with the Space Renaissance for All project, he asked us if we wanted to join. Of course, we said yes, we would love to join. And what we did then, from our end anyway, is to go find technical partners. Because, of course, the space that we have in this tray is very small. And I'm seeing Adriano sharing SpaceX. So just tell me whenever I need to stop talking. But
talk.
No, don't stop. I just wanted to show it.
Okay, wonderful.
The lunch should be
judges, so we have no idea
11:11. That is a
how many
beautiful
people
time.
would judge, and they would also have to interface with.
In 20 minutes, more or less. No,
you have plenty of time to talk.
Wonderful, wonderful. So 11:11. I love that time for it to go up anyway. But so then what we did as the Moon Mars Museum together with Bernard is look at technical partners who can help us create very small artworks, because we have a very tiny little space. You know, we want to keep our footprint very small with the art. So, but how do you create these tiny artworks? So, for example, Sabine has this beautiful painting that she folded, which is a really cool idea on how to make it small. And the Jun Sato piece is really interesting, where, you know, they made something very small and tiny. And we looked at, first of all, our partner that we worked with on the first mission, which is Bruce Ha from the Nanofish. And he created this 9mm tiny little round circle of our first exhibition, because we wanted to bring it as well with this gallery. And then we looked at a partner called S-Photonics, and they create 5D digital printing into glass, where you can bring a lot of digital information into a very tiny little piece of glass. Of course, you do need to sort of decode it. So in the future, when people would find it, they would need a computer, or they would need to have the way to decode that digital information. But it is a very interesting technology, and they actually had it used in the new Tom Cruise movie. So that's pretty cool. They used that little piece of glass in that movie. So that's a partner that we started working with, and that we will do a new collection with for artists. So our first collection, we did an open call. We had some artists selected. So there's ways on how we look at the artists. And of course, we had Paul van Hooijdonk. And the second collection, we're going to do another open call, and we're going to look at art that is relevant for the theme. So we're working on all of that. And basically the theme for this art we're going up is with S-Photonics is the oldest paintings. So there is images of the Chauvet cage in France, which are the first images ever found. So that's the theme, is going to be around art forms. So the first, of course, is cave paintings. And the last right now is AI art. So anywhere, you know, from there to there and anything in between, we're going to take a look at. And then the third partner we found was a company called Print Optics, and they nano print in 3D. So normally they do, one of the things they do is make these tiny little cameras for surgeries. So they can go into the body. So that's what they do with nano printing. And they actually printed, again, the fallen astronaut for us. And Paul was aware that he was actually going up in the air for the third time before he passed away. And there's a little nest by Mary we nano printed. It's like a speck of sand, you know, you can hardly see it. We had a little sign saying the moon. We had a little rocket. So they printed a couple of 3D nano printing pieces. But for us, it was important to find these partners. So for future missions, we can really compress things and make it look beautiful. And I'm a photographer by trade myself. So I do like all the Space Renaissance for All images. I've done that with like a macro lens and really made sure that all of your artworks look good or at least visible because they're all very small. But yeah, so this is how we started working together on this Space Renaissance for All gallery. And what I really think is cool that it's both science and art.
Yes.
And that we have, we're all working together and we have all these partners who want to be part of it, and we can grow with the exploration company missions. We can grow this into something really, really cool. So what we did is created a website where you can see the tray, you can, go to either a logo or an artwork, click on it, see the website, because there's so many companies and people in this project that it's nice that we can find each other. And then over time, we can build out with more information. We also created a little metaverse that actually looks like the tray, but we're still working on that. So what happens then is, because for us, for the Moon Mars Museum, it was important that, of course, we're sending art to the moon, but we want people on Earth to see the art. So we created a beautiful metaverse where all the art is presented, and anyone from all over the world can click on a link. They're inside the museum. They can walk around. They see information about the mission. They see information about the artist. You can even do events there. So we are really, and actually this first metaverse was sent up with that mission, and also the tray we created for this mission also went up. So that's also going to circle the Earth. So, but we will share that metaverse with you soon, and maybe we can do one day a Zoom meeting where we can all visit that metaverse, but we still need to do a lot of work for it. So we will do that and then invite you all to come and experience that metaverse. But for us, it was important to connect the art that is on the moon with what people can experience on Earth, because of course we cannot see it there right now, so we need to see it here. So yeah, we really made that connection between moon, the Earth. We also have NFTs of the project, of that first project, where you have an asset sitting on the moon. In this case, it was art, and it's connected to a certificate, like a proof, a digital file of what is on the moon. So if you own that piece, then you can say, hey, look, I own this piece. Here's the digital file, and it's sitting there, and it has the coordinates and all that. So yeah, we are very much into the new world, and I think the combination with science and with what Bernard is doing, with like bringing everyone together, I think is going to be a very strong message for all of us. Yeah, so that's a little bit about Space Renaissance for All and how we're working together and trying to make it visible. So everyone follow the LinkedIn page because we have like 50 people following it now. And LinkedIn is a really good place to be for this project because a lot of these companies are on LinkedIn. So yeah, hey, I see Mary coming in. She has a beautiful tray behind her. Hi, Mary. I don't know if Philip is here already. I don't know. If he's waiting, please let him in. Philip is actually, he works at the Lund accelerator in Sweden called the Max 4. So he's a very technical person as well. And he made an artwork with data from that accelerator. So it's a very interesting art piece that he has. Which is inside the nanofish as well as the photonic.
Even the designers could.
Let's
Hello.
Bernard
Oh, you
Foing
started
here.
before. Very good, Marike.
Hi, Bernard.
May I introduce you to some of the Vienna observing team? So we have prepared a professional studio. We go there in 5 minutes. But at the moment, okay, we are just finishing on a rooftop. Do you see us a bit? Or?
A little bit.
So this is Anneke. She's an artist on board of Space Renaissance. She's part of Arteo, and we have also some teams some of the teams from Arteo manager and also from Imperative Space. So in 5 minutes we are going to go to a studio where we will join the Zoom.
It is very dark. Very
Yes.
dark at you,
Very
Bernard.
dark.
So this is Adriano from
Yeah.
Space.
Jag ska hämta
Thank you,
laddare.
Bernard.
Yeah.
Thank you, Bernard.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah. So we wanted to connect so that you are not nervous that we are not yet there. Huh? But yes, in 5 minutes,
Okay.
we'll be in the room. And
Yes.
this is Ravi. So
Hello. Hi.
Yeah.
We'll be with you shortly.
yeah,
We don't see
and
anything.
Sabine Heinz.
Don't see you, but we hear you.
We are on the far side of the moon now. So
Yes,
Yes.
on the far side
yeah.
of the moon.
See you soon.
Okay, Bernard, thank you. Marike, I see that Philip is there. I saw
Good.
him just. Yes,
So we should.
maybe he can talk about what you're.
Yes. I don't know if Bernard is maybe
Yeah.
coming.
I still hear you. I still hear you.
Wonderful.
We are in Vienna, close to the United Nations, where we are on the rooftop, where we had a meeting with the team. And okay, this is part of Vienna, but we are going now to the studio room, which we have arranged to follow the Zoom in 5 minutes.
Okay, and
Good.
in the meanwhile, we will talk a little bit more about the project. Marike, I agree with you that I really like the idea between the connection between art and science. And here are many artists. I know Steve Salmon worked with art and science, and I by myself did some artwork. Mary did this.
Yeah, so that's very good. I
It's
think I would recommend to really cover the 4 aspects: art, science, technology, and partnership. And this is really
Yes.
what the gallery is about. And also we give some information about the overall mission profile, because actually we are not the only payload on SpaceX. There are a few other bigger than us. We can also inform our people that, it's our many actors that are involved. So we'll join you in a few minutes. We are going now
Okay,
to
then you
the
get
broadcast.
Wonderful.
room.
Bernard,
Yeah.
can you
Yeah.
mute yourself for a few minutes so while you go up there so we can continue a little bit until you're back?
Yes. I'm
Genau.
listening to you all along.
Yes,
Okay.
but mute yourself. Okay.
Marike, go on.
Yes, I wanted to introduce Philippe because I talked about him a little bit, and I want him to give him a little bit the opportunity to talk about his artwork because it's very much related to tech and space and and art. So Philippe, take the stage for a little bit to explain what you created with your artwork.
Yeah, thank you, Marieke. So let me just, I can share it also
Yes.
so you can see it in a second.
Wonderful. So to introduce him again, he works at the Max 4 in Lund in Sweden, and his job is very technical and very he keeps that accelerator going. So I thought, you tech people would be interested in that. And he created actually an artwork based on these data points from that accelerator. And you can make art in many different ways. And while Philippe is trying to share his screen, I will keep talking a little bit.
And
Here
now
it
we have it.
is.
Yeah. He
Here it
showed
is.
yesterday, and you can explain it again because it was very interesting. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. So I was a little bit not so prepared yesterday, I felt, because I just jumped onto the chance to speak a little bit. So what you see here is the control system of the most advanced electron accelerator in the world. So the only of the 4th generation. So we invented the 4th generation here in Sweden. Now everyone is copying us. So it shows how connected the control system is. So in this plot is about 10,000 devices we have in the facility. and how each device is connected to other devices. So it shows a bit how complex a facility is and how interconnected the things are. And then the different colors you see are different types of things. So valves has one color, magnets another one, power supplies a third color, temperature sensors another color. So everything is color coded. So one can get some information about the system by looking at this. And then I extracted all that as a humongous table of like 10,000 rows with all interconnections, and then I put it into gravitational simulation software. So evolving it according to laws of physics. So it's like a big bang, but with the difference that all information is preserved. So it's not like a real big bang. So everything is still readable from that image. Yeah, and at my IRL work, I'm trying to launch now also technical art as a kind of a marry between science and art. So using my facility passively to create art also from the data. And I take care of the operation of the accelerators. So when they're not behaving, it's up to me to solve the problem. So which then means it's a bit demanding because I'm on call 24/7 every second week of the year. So, but I have a lot of technical experts also to my help. So, yeah, that's a little bit about me. Thank you.
Very nice. I have a question.
Sorry. Can we make some questions to Philip?
Yes.
About his work?
Yes.
Philip, I would like to understand more about your work. I understand that this is a graphical representation of a technical system. Is that right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, my question is just a representation, or you in some way there is a connection between the data of the system and the picture? I mean, do you make your picture in some way using the data coming from the system?
Yeah, exactly. Only using the data,
Say
actually.
something more about the technique that you are using. It's very interesting for
Yeah, so this is first of all, we run the accelerator with the Tango framework. And then I use a Python program to extract all information. And then that information I feed into a program called Gephi, which is node handling software which has gravitational parameters. So I decide, for example, what repellation it should have between parents and childs and children, and how and the gravitation also keeps clusters together. And then you just let the universe expand, so you get some distance between the things.
That's really beautiful. It's incredible. But do you drive somehow the graphical development? I mean, do you decide the colors and this kind and
Yeah.
and the forms somehow also?
Yeah, no, not the forms at all, but the colors and the gravitational parameters. So I decide, for example, simmer parameter, liquid parameter, crunch, gravitational, repellation, and like I think 50 different parameters, something like that. But and then I just evolve it, and I can say I made like 50 or 100 tries, then until I get something that looks visually appealing.
Fantastic. Many compliments.
Thank you.
I have one question, Philip. Just hypothetically, like what if you would have live data of the system and you would look at an image and something would like break or go wrong, you would visually see instead of like, you know, having to check every single computer in the facility, you could look at one image. I mean, this is just for future, but I'm just thinking that would be cool.
Just like a synoptic table, no?
Yeah.
We have such software also to kind of keep track on a helicopter level.
In the automation domain, that's what was my job for many years, for all my career, let me say. We have synoptic that represent the plant with all its components, the pumps, the valves, the actuators, and sensors and everything. You have it in a graphic representation, and there is a software system called SCADA that acquires sensors from the field, let me say from the plant, and represent it graphically on a screen. So this works something somehow like that a little bit. That's very interesting.
Yeah, we have that as well, like kind of more easy representations where you have an overview of the full system. So I also created one myself by investigating all of the infrastructure regarding water cooling, and then I created a synoptic myself out of where I display like 400 sensors at the same time, and to give people an overview of how the facility works.
I wouldn't know a better example of combining art, tech, and science in one image. So this is really cool, Philip. Thank you for sharing.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Excellent.
Thank you so much. And I also would like to ask, is here any other artist who wants to present his artwork? We have still little time, or a scientist who wants to present.
We should be, Sabine, we should be 10 minutes from the launch now.
Yes.
Because SpaceX is still showing 11 p.m. So our time, of course. And so well, okay, question, is that our time or not?
Yes, I guess so.
If you want, we could mute there and turn this on here.
What's happening?
That I don't know.
We are switching to Ravi's whole channel.
Okay. Do we want to switch to the live? Bernard? Bernard Foing?
I think he said he's switching to Ravi's account, so maybe wait for that.
Yes, here we are.
We are
in RTO TV studio.
Yes.
With all our team. Oh, now we are on air. We have a special group from the Living Planet Symposium attending this event. So we have transformed this capsule into a space studio. And we are all the support team. We have here the Cap communicator, the Capcom, the Capcom. And so we are going to invite all of you to play the Capcom today. So great. Now in parallel, we are following some of the news on the SpaceX launch. But I think
we can do it here in live. Adriano, maybe you can share the screen, and so you can talk, Bernard, and we can have the live screen, and you can talk about the mission and whatever.
Yes. So we are going to have just let's have just 1 minute. Welcome from Space Renaissance International to all our audience on Earth, Moon, and beyond. And as you know, we are now on board of a capsule which is launched by SpaceX. Actually, we have very good company on board. As well on the rocket, we have a number of colleagues. We have iSpace, we have various experiments, the big one, but the one that everybody is talking about is Space Renaissance for All. And we have our team here in the symposium, Living Planet Symposium, that is the largest Earth science symposium in Europe with 6,000 participants. They could not all fit in this room, so we made a very hard selection. And in particular, we have all the friends from Arteo, Imperative Space, and various groups. And so, bonjour, yes. And now we have also an astronaut that is trying to fix all the technical connection. Yes, excellent. So now to the big picture is that we are part of this mission. It's on board a capsule that is developed by the exploration company and for a very challenging task, but also very low price, like 40 million euro from ESA. And it's a new generation of a technology, a very hard technology, because we launch, but then this capsule has to re-enter at very high speed and some 8 kilometers per second in the atmosphere of the Earth. So it's shaped in a way to get rid of all this heat, and then there will be a parachute, and it will be after a few orbits there will be a splashdown, and they will recover our payload. Inside the capsule, we have a number of customers, and some big company, CNES, German Aerospace Center, commercial users, but we have also our Space Renaissance Gallery, and on board of it, as you know, we have repurposed some trays that actually we developed to fly to the International Space Station, where we analyzing how life survives in space. We put some algae, some fungi, some tardigrades, some molecules outside the space station for 1.5 years. The astronaut had to go outside to brought it back. And he used the same type of tray that we have repurposed for this Space Renaissance International for all. Now, on board of it, we have some biology samples and soils and rocks from Earth. The biology samples have been developed in particular by NASA Ames Research Center, but we have also some living samples which come from various places, Ireland in particular, from Europe, from Asia, Africa. We have some seeds. We have even some petal of hibiscus, which is an owl flower from Korea. We pay tribute to them. And so we have these beautiful science samples that we launch to space. We even have on board some meteorites from the moon and Mars and asteroids. So they came from space. We are going to send them back to space, second trip for them, and then we'll recover them. And we have also some very new technologies that we want to test for this hard expedition, where they will have the launch shocks and the re-entry shock. We have also 10 artwork on board. And we will go around some of the artists from Space Renaissance, from Art on Mars, from Moon Gallery, but also we have some artists with us. Yes? Yeah. So I'm okay.
Hi everyone.
So what is your art about?
My art is all about transformation. It's the potential to kind of compress and extend endlessly. So it's really a way of seeing the potential of material. So my idea was basically by giving very precise spatial measurements of the capsule, and it was corresponding to exactly 1 gram of gold. And 1 gram of gold is also one of the materials that can be actually extended very, very widely in space. So I wanted to basically create an imaginary line on an orbital line. So basically, I wanted to see how we can even further expand outside in towards the unknown. So that's in a very short, compressed way.
Yeah.
As much as compressed as the
Excellent.
artwork itself.
And we come back to you, Eneket, because we have to wait maybe 5 hours. We are going to spend the whole night. Bravo. And we have also two other pieces from Art.io. And so we will describe them later. Now, another very important component of the gallery, beyond the science and technology we are testing, and the art, and we describe the art, is also the partnership, Space Renaissance for All. And for this, we engineered, with the help of a school of instrument makers, some discs that we put in these containers, and we coated this disc with logos of the companies or the organization we work with. And so Erna was very helpful in doing that, managing many logos and so on from various organizations, from ESA, from NASA, COSPAR, Committee for Space Research, Academy of Astronautics, various universities. So we bring them along, and we have also all the logo of some of the guest partners on board. If you look at our press release, we have the list of all this logo. Don't hesitate to distribute all this around so that people know about Space for All, Space Renaissance. Space Renaissance, a foundation that was created in 2009, and that where we want to promote human expansion to space, but also all the values, humanistic values of going to space. Here we are on Living Planet Symposium. It's very much about observing the Earth, but clearly some of the benefit of observing the Earth, we have them also when we explore planets in terms of knowledge, in terms of technology, in terms of developing inspiration, education, and developing a space renaissance for all. So that's a little introduction. Now we are very close to the official start of the launch window. And so who is keeping track of the launch itself?
Yes, we have, we can share them in just a moment. I'm sharing now. And as you see, it still say 11:11, the starting of the broadcast, but nothing happens.
Okay, so that's good. Anybody? Let's have a collective input. Let's sing together. Fly me to the moon. Let's go. Fly me to the moon and let me play among the stars. Let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In all the world, take my hand. You know the world? Excuse me. Okay, so that's a teaser. After a few drinks, it will be even better. We give back the words to you from our Space Renaissance Art.io studio on the tower in Vienna, close to the United Nations and living space. Back to our moderator, Sabine.
Yes, I'm trying to find here the YouTube channel. What was your question? Sorry, I was in another.
Yes. Okay. So now I propose we go. While somebody is watching what is the status of SpaceX, we could have a short description. For instance, of some of the work. So Sabine Heinz, with our master ceremony on our Space Renaissance TV channel, together with Adriano. She's also in the board of Space Renaissance, and she is leading our Space Renaissance art chapter. And to show an example, she produced an art piece for the Space Renaissance for all.
Yes. I produced
Oh, Sabine, you have it here?
I cannot share the screen, but I have a print here from my
I can stop sharing because nothing is moving so far.
Okay, then let me share the screen.
Yeah.
In the chat, I shared a link where.
Yes, I saw it, and okay, I have here my artwork, but I was also looking for the artwork from Danielle. Can you see this? Yes, this is the artwork from me, and it's space for all. It means people are walking in direction space, and you see they convert while walking there in astronauts, and you see also with wheelchair disabled people. I think everyone should have the possibility to go to space. I mean, it's space for all, and this is my artwork saying, and I'm looking if I can share also. My computer is really slow today and not doing what I wanted to do because maybe I can here go into this. No. No, I cannot go there. Okay, it doesn't work. So then, yes, we have now the screen from SpaceX, so we should look at this. I wanted to share this from Danielle Futsila. She also is very famous in Holland, I guess, Marike. She is an illustrator, and she makes a lot of science artwork, and she contributed also an artwork, beautiful artwork. I cannot show it at the moment. And yeah, we see now there's a live stream is going on.
Okay,
So
well,
we are excited to see now how our artwork will go into space and come back. And I'm really, really excited and happy. Adriano Auditino was contributing an artwork and composition. He showed it yesterday. And now we see you can put on full
9 minutes. 9 minutes to the launch.
Yes, make it on full screen and we can go on talking. Make it on full screen better. Thank you. So, Bernard, you can talk. Here are also some artists in the chat. We had yesterday. We have. I see here just Anna. Yeah, you can also talk about your artwork quickly.
Good. So also Sabine is yes, is also an analog astronaut. We have a program where we can lock you in a moon base for 1 or 2 weeks, and it's open to all of us. And we try to mix the scientists, the engineers, the humanists, the architects, the lawyers, and Sabine was part of a campaign, Mars Poland, that took place at the beginning of May for 1 week. And I did that as well in Utah, so I have seen my astronaut suit from that time. It's too hot here to put it. But we are going to find some volunteer to play the astronaut tonight, I think. So we have done more than 24 campaigns of 1 week in Poland. We have also some teams that did a simulation for 2 weeks in Hawaii, some of them for 2 weeks, some of them for 6 months, some of them for 12 months. And we have also a mobile base that we developed together with Space Renaissance that we can bring to your home universities. And so also we can give you this experience, not only analyzing data, developing instruments, going in the field, but also learning to live and work as an astronaut. So we start to see some footage from Transporter 14 missions. So a mission from SpaceX where there is quite a large variety of payload from different users, from NASA, from ESA. We have, some Earth observation, IRIDE experiment on board. We have some many users. In addition, we have this capsule on top this Nix capsule that was developed in a record time by a newborn company, the Exploration company, and that grew up and got also some support from the European Space Agency for this development, and to create a series of technology development with, you can see the view of the re-entering system, some of the propulsion, and so on. Technology challenge that we have to master again, but this time also with new technologies, but as well within a cost envelope that is very competitive. And so
I have here from my spacesuit the logo.
Oh yes, here's excellent. Yes, Sadvina has that's a logo of our mission where there were 4 women.
Yes, this was a first only women mission. We had a psychologist on board, Celia Avila Rauch. We had Pauline as a communication officer. Later on in the later mission, she was a commander, and we had also
Mia from US.
Yes, genau. And it was really, really successful mission, and my part was to talk about or to examine what influence art and creativity has in isolation. And but I wanted to give Anna also a short spot to present her artwork. Yeah.
In the meantime, you can see all the different payloads that are on board on this transporter for the mission. The capsule is on top, and you had plenty of other payloads that are supposed to be delivered. And we are 5 minutes to launch.
Yes.
Anna?
Hello, everyone. Lovely to see you. Very excited to be joining you this evening for the launch of Mission Impossible and our Space Renaissance gallery on board. This is really exciting. Like Sabine was mentioning and Bernard before, I also did an analog astronaut campaign with the Astronaut Training Center in Poland. I did a 1-week mission where we simulated a first lunar colony with 30 people in one base. So that was a really exciting campaign to do. I learned a lot. I was looking at psychological interventions using VR, and also I was the crew operations manager. So I was making sure that everyone else were doing their experiments on time, and also making sure that the needs of the crew were being met throughout the mission. I also contributed to this payload that we have. I put together the logos, working with the instrument school in Leiden as part of my internship with Lunex and Euromoon Mars. And also I took a piece of my home. I took some rocks and lichen from my farm in Ireland, and I wanted to represent a symbiotic ecosystem because the cyanobacteria and the fungi inside lichen can actually have their own small self-sustaining regenerative ecosystem echoing panspermia that can keep extremophiles alive in deep space. So that's something that I wanted to represent on this mission. So a little bit of art and science together.
Very nice, very interesting. Thank you, Anna. And Bernard, I give you the floor because in 3 minutes we are going to start. I'm really, really excited. Oh my gosh, our artwork will go into space. How amazing is that? And yeah, I'm really happy about this. At the moment, I feel really tense and excited.
So let's also give the floor to Marike. Marike was instrumental in bringing many artists on board, actually, and as a curator of the Moon Mars Museum. And also she was helping us to integrate the whole gallery, and she documented as well all the operation. Marike?
Bernard, I'm sorry. They are speaking from SpaceX side.
And opportunities to other orbits.
Can you hear it?
Visit spacex.com/rideshares.
And with that, we're proceeding into the last few minutes of terminal count. For our next milestone, we're waiting for that call out of second stage LOX loading completion.
Looks misty, huh? That's in Vandenberg Bay, huh? So in California.
2 minutes.
Where is that's in
Looks,
America, yeah?
looks, yes, in Vandenberg, California. Looks misty.
Cold current going down the west coast.
We have some boots on the ground, but I guess she wasn't able to call in, Heather.
Second stages are now fully loaded.
Yes. So yeah, exactly. We have Heather Smith, who is coordinating, in fact, from NASA Ames part, the various science, astrobiology, biology samples, and she is our spy, going to see close to Vandenberg Base and try to send us later some footage of the launch. But she has limited connection, so she will send us the images and the video after.
What's this vapor?
We're standing by now for confirmation that Falcon 9 is in startup at the T-1 minute mark.
Yeah, so they have some cooling, pre-cooling of the whole rocket. Before, cold fuel. Yeah.
1 minute.
Falcon 9 is in startup.
57. Okay.
Internal flight computers have taken over the launch countdown. We're now just waiting for the final call from the launch director.
LD is go for launch.
So I take a picture of you before, in case we don't survive.
In my 3 seconds.
Yeah, it's a bit of us inside. This 23. So you can do the countdown in your native language. 17, 16, 15,
12,
14, 13, 10, 9,
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, start! Ja!
Yes! Yes! Oh my. Oh, okay. So there, so.
Philip, can you turn up the volume?
Pressure's on. Yeah, we need chamber pressures on.
Okay, very good. We have two channels.
Okay.
We are T plus 40 seconds into flight. Falcon 9 has successfully cleared the tower and cleared the fog. We've got a great view there. After lifting off from Space Launch Complex 4 East at Vandenberg Space Force Base in California. We are now currently throttling down to prepare for max Q. That's the point of maximum aerodynamic stresses on the vehicle. Max Q is reached when the air density of the atmosphere decreases faster than the increase in speed of the rocket.
Okay, 9 kilometers. Oof.
Max Q here in a few seconds.
Already Mach 1.3.
Very interesting also to see the acceleration.
Up next, we'll have several events happening in quick succession, starting with MECO, followed by stage separation, SES-1, and then the boost back burn. Main engine cutoff, or MECO, is where all 9 Merlin 1D engines shut down, slow the vehicle down in preparation for stage separation, which is where the first stage separates from the second.
We pass the maximum stress for the rocket, so that's a good sign.
That was fast, man.
Yeah.
That was really fast.
And okay.
Lasting several minutes, will propel the second stage and the payload to orbit. Boost back burn will then assist the first stage in returning to its recovery location.
30 kilometers above.
No. Then the fairing will jettison from the second stage, as it's no longer needed to protect the payloads once we are in space. 30 seconds after SES-1, so keep an eye out for all.
You manage. My little bugs are there.
3.7 G, 3.8 is still accelerating, yes.
Yeah. 3.8 G is ready.
Launched.
For the person, and we should see the first stage being up.
Okay. Now it's not accelerating anymore.
Yeah, because it's on. It's on. Wow, look at the separation.
Nice.
Yes.
And there we've had Miko stage separation. On your right-hand screen, you can see the MVAC engine igniting. On your left-hand screen, you can see the grid fins deploying on the first stage, which way back down to Earth for a landing on, of course, I Still Love You. Coming up next will be fairing deploy in a few seconds here.
The SpaceX has flight slotted just in case the flights get in the way.
Revolutionary.
Yeah.
Fairing separation confirmed.
We have passed the Karman line now.
Cloud and great live view of fairing separation.
So,
Those
you are an astronaut now. You pass the Kármán line.
is entry burn on
I
our
gotta run the water too high.
to occur around the T+.
We go beyond.
The entry burn is used to slow the first stage as it heads back towards our drone ship. Of course, I Still Love You.
That's okay. There's another you see is super hot.
Vehicles are on a nominal trajectory.
The first stage is re-entering.
Yes.
We had some good call-outs that both vehicles, both first and second stage, are on nominal trajectories. And we are currently in our first MVAC burn, and this burn should last another few minutes. And the next milestone coming up for the first stage will be the entry burn, coming up in about 2 minutes from now. Today's Falcon 9 will be performing a couple more burns to make its way to the drone ship, of course, I Love You. The next step being the entry burn, and then followed by the landing burn.
The first burn, known as the entry burn, slows the vehicle down before hitting the deeper parts of this burn. We'd only be using the atmospheric drag to slow down Falcon 9, which would add extra stress to the vehicle. Following entry burn, the booster will initiate the landing burn, which should slow the vehicle down even more for a successful landing.
Do we know if Ava's online?
Those white puffs that you see coming off of Falcon 9 are cold nitrogen gas, which helps with attitude control.
Let me see some. It's only 2 kilometers per second. Huh? Yeah. Max 7 though. Yes.
Screen of view from the first stage vehicle as it makes its way back down to Earth. On our right-hand screen is the second stage, looking at the MVAC engine there, still burning. We have a couple more minutes burning on that engine until the first SECO, which is the second stage engine shutdown.
It still needs 10,000 kilometers per hour to reach orbit, of course. It's just 15,000 kilometers per hour now.
Seconds away from that entry burn on that first stage. The first stage is just using its grid fins at the moment to help guide its way back to the drone ship, and this entry burn will help slow down the vehicle.
Okay, I should have the checklist here.
On the screen that the
Are recovering, but still you have to continue because to put in orbit you need at least like 6 kilometers per second.
Right. Okay.
And we were just past the 2 kilometers per second.
Right, it's going to keep accelerating. And 6 kilometers a second keeps it in orbit.
Yeah.
Even slower will start to fall back to Earth.
Yeah. Yeah.
that call out, as well as saw that the engines have cut off on the first stage vehicle, ending the entry burn for the first stage today.
Yeah, so the first stage is going down, and you can see, in fact, some of the pad from the first stage.
Drone ship, of course, I Still Love You, and this would be the 26th flight and landing for this specific booster.
And then they will have to reignite the first stage to pilot it to the place where they want to land it.
And during the landing burn, we are expecting the shutdown of the second stage and back engine. This is known as Second Engine Cutoff 1 or SECO 1. We are about 30 seconds away from the landing burn.
Bravo. Thank you.
Speak to you thermal guidance.
Such high definition.
Yeah.
This is, and like good frame rate. Yeah. Your video, I don't know. Being recorded.
Altitude is decreasing.
Yeah, that's me.
The speed is increasing, but the altitude.
Steering things, and like, so low tech.
Okay, so you can see the intended landing pad. So the goal is to arrive there. So, okay. Some burns and some last correction.
This is SpaceX's reusable booster system.
Right.
It's like trying to balance a pencil on your finger.
Always fascinating how it turns back now.
And there
returns.
watches Falcon 9 touchdown on Of Course I Still Love You, marking the 26th landing of this booster. We also had SECA 1, which is second stage engine cutoff.
Oh, okay, you see? Exo launch.
Oh wow, that's a view inside the fairing. Goodness me.
It's so bare, isn't it? It's like it's.
Yes, now they remove the fairing that was protecting the payload from the atmosphere friction, because at this altitude it's almost vacuum, yeah?
Coming up next, we have the second burn of our MVAC engine on board the second stage, or SES2, and that'll happen around T plus 51 minutes.
Okay. His computer's got a better connection.
Oh. And they go.
109,000 people watching this with us.
Okay.
And we did confirm that we did get a good nominal insertion.
Okay.
That means you're in orbit.
20. Yeah, so we are about 6 kilometers per second here.
17 of these 500 Falcon missions have restored human spaceflight to the United States, built the Starlink low Earth orbit constellation to provide low latency, high bandwidth communications from orbit, and with recovery and reuse has radically reshaped the spaceflight industry, making the impossible possible on the road to rapidly reusable rockets. Go Falcon and go SpaceX.
3, 2, 1.
First rocket developed launch vehicle to reach Earth orbit from the ground.
So what's happening now is checking everything's in orbit, checking everything, and they're waiting for the moment when they're going to start the process of releasing.
It's kind of annoying.
Yeah, but he made it. So let's get the hurrah picture. Okay.
But we will see how the capsule will re-enter or not.
Oh, this will take several orbits, and we will get this. Depends really on the customer now. So after this, they have to deploy, all this payload in orbit. They have just the first. They are in orbit, and then they have to take the time to release the different payload, and towards the end, they will release also the next capsule from the Exploration Company.
So each part of the payload is different.
Yeah, yes.
Not just one thing.
No, only the one on the top was this little capsule we're on board, but it's a transport, it's a truck that multi-use.
On that picture you saw earlier, all those different missions, they will all be released one by one.
Oh, okay. And you have some some previous.
They're not showing it yet, but that view we saw inside the fairing. So
But they will show this, Bernard?
Yes, so we will have to. Yes, we will have. So, is there a footage?
No, not this one.
Yes, let's see.
But only for
so beautiful.
SpaceX team, what an incredible ride it's been together. We're expecting now our first batch of deployments to begin today at about T plus 54 minutes. We'll be back at about T plus 50 minutes to bring you live coverage of SES2. Until then, enjoy our new space tracks, and we'll see you soon.
Excellent. So what they have mentioned, so now there is a kind of cruise phase and so on, and at some stage are going to release some of the payload. That gives us about 30 minutes among ourselves to describe what we do with Space Renaissance for All Gallery. So Sabine, if you want to introduce some of the speakers.
Yes.
Also introduce Space Renaissance overall, and after some of the customers. Yeah. But
yes.
we're also with Marike.
I keep sharing the video without volume.
Yeah, very good. Excellent.
Very good, genau. So I think Marike, it was your turn to speak.
Yes, so Bernard wasn't in the beginning of the Zoom, I think, but I already told a little bit about Moon Mars Museum and how, you know, we work together and that we have these tech partners that we are creating these really, really small artworks with. And I just noticed that Bruce Ha came into the meeting, so I would love to give him the mic to tell us a little bit about his technology. So I don't know, Bruce, are you available to speak?
Quarantined.
You unmic, and while you maybe are doing that, let me just type it here in the. But he created this technology where on a nano scale. Ah, here he is. Hi, Bruce. Can you speak?
Yeah, sure. It's a pleasure to speak in front of this group. It's amazing.
Wonderful.
Amazing group of people.
Yeah, so I told everyone that we are bringing tech partners because we want to make the artworks really small and we want them to last for a very long time. And I told them we were with you with the nanofish technology on our first mission with the museum, and now you even created a smaller version of our nanofish at 9mm diameter. So please tell the audience what your technology is and why it's so important to artists, actually.
So space is expensive to take payloads up into space or to the moon or to Mars. Those payloads are designed by weight and volume. And so in order to get, to the theme of space for all, we need to be able to get everyone on board. One way to do that is to put everyone into a digital file, which isn't going to be that viewable. So I invented a technology that takes basically anything you can print out in paper or in art that you can display on paper as an analog format. I can engrave that into a nickel and gold substrate that is very, very light, put millions of pages onto something that is only a couple 100 grams and decipherable by only optics and light. So it's all human readable. And if you have art that's on board, you can view it. And because it is nickel and gold, it is immune to radiation and will last forever. And so that's what I provide to this group of artists that's on nanofish. And we want to expand that to as many people as possible and make it really, truly space for all.
Wonderful. Thank you, Bruce. Yeah, it was a little bit hard sometimes because Bernard was trying to show
gallery. And here we have a special group. They want to drink at each successful phase. So we have already passed phase 1. Yes.
Oh my gosh. But thank you so much, Bruce. It's such a beautiful technology. And of course, I photographed these nanofish layers, and the way the light refracts is an artwork in itself already. So yeah, we're very happy with this technology and yeah, hope to be able to create more beautiful things together. But what's especially so interesting is that you can like create these artworks on a 300,000 DPI level, how should I say, DPI usage. So even though it's very small, you can blow it up to very big and still have like your artwork showing in a beautiful way. So and there's also ways to sort of show music. So with waveform onto the nanofiche, right, Bruce?
That's right. So because it is such a high resolution, each feature is sub-micron, a couple hundred nanometers. And so we can create very, very small pictures. And because the features are so small, they diffract light, and that acts like a prism. So you'll see very colorful shifting of structural colors as you point different light sources to it. But as you get in closer, you'll start to see the pixels. And each one of these things, like that disk that you have there that you're showing, that one, I think it's 8 millimeters, but within 8 millimeters, there are 10 billion pixels that are written in there. So it's a really, truly tiny, and it's all analog that's visible. And it requires nothing else but your human vision and optics to recover that information.
Amazing, amazing. Yeah. So does anyone have a question for Bruce? Adriano.
Really, really amazing how you made it, and yeah, I think it's future giving, yeah, artwork, and I think we will do more with this or see more artwork in this kind, I guess.
Yeah. What's amazing is this media will last for on the moon and in space because it is immune to radiation, immune to the extreme heats. It will last as long as a substrate because the information is the substrate. It is nickel. It is gold. So it will last as long as gold will last in space, which presumably for billions of years. So your artwork will be there for billions of years, eternally. That's truly amazing.
This is truly amazing, yes. And yeah, for future generations, which hopefully will land on the moon, it will be really, yeah, amazing. So I'm really flashed how you did this. It's amazing technique. I would like to take this opportunity to thank all sponsors, all scientists, all artists while we are here. That you participated on this amazing project. And yeah, Marike, I let you go on, but I wanted to mention that we had a lot of sponsors and technical support and communication support. Bernard was in so many yeah, areas all over the world and conferences showing this artwork, making it public, and I think it is really, really amazing, and I have goosebumps because it's really exciting to know that, yeah, my artwork also will be or is in space at this moment. And I say cheese with water. Yeah, because I have to talk. And yeah, Marike, Bernard, do you want to add something? We have some minutes left until it will turn back to Earth.
Yeah, so I want to, if I have a few more minutes about Bruce, I just want to explain the story, and maybe Bruce can also tell it a little bit on why he created this technology, because we do all these things, but there sometimes is a really interesting reason behind it. And for Bruce, this was because he is actually from Vietnam, and his family had to flee from, of course, the war. And maybe you want to tell it in a very short time span, Bruce, but it's a very interesting story on why create this technology.
Right. So when I was young, when I was 9 years old, we had the fall of Vietnam, and on the last day we had to leave very quickly. The most precious information that my mother took were the photo albums of all of us. And those photo albums fell into the ocean as we were leaving. We almost perished. And if we stayed, we certainly would have been, my parents would have been killed. And these memories would not last. So they were very, very precious. So throughout my career, I went into technology, and I've always preserved all these photos by scanning them, preserving them into whatever storage format. They were digital. We already had them on paper, but the paper was deteriorating. But even in digital, I was losing, and it's a good thing I had the physical copies, because even the scanned copies put on floppy disks, they would die. Or the disk would not work anymore, or the drives would not work, or the connection or the drivers to the computers. So I always had to migrate these information from one technology to the next. And I got to a point where I said, I think I can produce something. And I've had 30 years of digital technology, considered to be an expert in optical storage, but I didn't feel that was the technology to store things on. I worked in aerospace and Hughes aircraft, Raytheon missile systems, and storage. I decided the best way to store anything for the future permanently is really to do it in analog and do it in a substrate that is long-lasting, will last forever. So now I offer, now my history, my legacy is assured for my kids. I want that technology to be available to artists, to anyone who would like to have very precious memories, or even people that want to have messages that they can carry to the future and leave the future a beautiful message to let them know who we are, what our humanity is today. And if we send things to outer space, maybe send messages just like the golden record. We have now able to concentrate and reduce the golden record tens of thousands of times more. We can send that much more information on the same amount of space that the golden record took, and in much less weight. So imagine we do that on the next Voyagers, whatever the next stellar explorations. We can introduce humanity and plant the seeds in a really meaningful way, not on as a symbol, because we can send symbols out and say, hey, we are people. Here's a figure drawing of people, right, or a picture. We can tell them what our humanity is today by the art, by the stories that we tell, and the science and the knowledge that we can provide to the future and to future explorers. So that's the gift I give to humanity, and it would last much longer than my generations going forward. So I'm very happy to provide that technology and have wonderful, amazing artists to support that technology through foundations such as the Moon Mars and the Space for All Foundations. That's just amazing to work with you guys to do this.
Oh, thank you. This is so amazing. Wow, your message is so amazing, and I hope you will bring your nanofish to Mars, because it would be the next step. And Mari Kaipa was writing just in the chat that she feels honored to be part of the Moon Mars Gallery and at a museum, sorry, and yeah, it's really a beautiful message and a beautiful background you have. And I was thinking, in many situations where people lost their photos, and to preserve it in this form, it's a really nice idea. And we often have the case that something developed for space comes back to Earth, and like the internet now, and is technical or is used in our daily life. No, so I think it will be have a future like this, Bruce. Also, I'm really grateful that, and I feel honored too to know you to be part of this mission now, and maybe we can cooperate in another mission together. That would be really, really beautiful.
Yes, a great story. And so actually, if on a personal note, actually my family also come from Vietnam.
Oh.
Mother was Vietnamese, and so my grandfather, he was, he had an hospital in the south of Vietnam, in Tay Ninh. Because of the war, so many of my uncle and aunts, there were 10 of them, just went all over the world. And my mother came to study in France. But from her time in Vietnam, I have maybe only 10 pictures.
Oh.
Yes, but
I bet they're precious. Let's put them on nanofish.
but now humanity, traveling, migrating. Now we want also to migrate, but upon our choice, we want also space for knowledge. We want space for inspiration, space for peace. I mean, what a waste that was, this Vietnam War. And and it's great that based on that, you developed also some creativity, some invention. And on this line of the message we would bring to the future, to the next generation, to have the possibility to have something that would last. We have worked also on some concept of an Alexandria library.
Exactly. Exactly, because we lost a lot of information during the Library of Alexandria, the knowledge to build the pyramids, so much information. We can do that in a very meaningful way now.
And I would say that one element of the gallery is dedicated to Jim Burke. He was the manager of Ranger missions, first mission that went to the moon. And it was an exceptional figure, inspiring for young professional following International Space University. And we worked on this concept of Alexandria Library, the technical concept, how to engrave this information, but also how we could transmit it back to Earth in case we mess up with Earth. And then I had also a student, an archivist student. She worked on what could be the content from different cultures, from different countries, and so on. But this is really a project that we could do where we can learn also about ourselves. What are the things that we want to retain and transmit? So that one aspect we would like to save. Another project we developed is the one called Noah's Ark. So preserving the whole biosphere of Earth. So, like the biblical story, maybe not with two of each species. We figured out whales are very heavy, and but with a mixture of real specimen, but as well a DNA bank. And
we can write the DNA, because part of the DNA storage is you have to take the sample and you have to synthesize the information. We could take that information and write it into a nanofiche. So once that's done, all you got to do is decode, which is much simpler than to synthesize the entire information. So we can literally carry the Noah's Ark with every synthesized DNA information written into nickel.
It's a very elegant, effective solution. Still, for this, we need to develop a genetic laboratory on the moon, where we are able also to produce, to reproduce life using some of DNA coding. We had also the reflection, how many humans should we bring there? And we figured out that the whole genetic patrimony of humanity fits in 1,000 people. Because there was a period in the history of humanity where only 1,000 people gave descendants. And so,
we can do that.
Because people ask me, can I be one of those? And so on. But clearly we want the diversity, and also we have also the various species, but it's also a way to learn about what we are made of. In any case, we are working in Space Renaissance to develop a multi-planetary civilization where we'll have some thousands and millions of people on the moon, or also in orbital station around the Earth, and then we could go beyond. But clearly, it's important to inject some of the latest technology and in making it happen.
Yeah, truly, these are the seeds of life. Truly,
Yeah.
right? So these are ambitious goals.
Can I share?
Yes,
now you have to develop a device where you can see the pictures, because I think every astronaut, taikonaut, cosmonaut, whatever their name is, has taken a picture or mascot into space, something what reminds him on his time on Earth. So if people really settle on Moon, on Mars someday, they will have something. They cannot take a big photo album. So maybe this would be a nice idea to have microfiche and you have a device where you can see it. It has to be not so heavy, but yeah, in a way.
So let's move. I would like to also to introduce the creator of the RTO contribution. So
Can I just before you start, say thank you, Bernard, and thank you, Bruce, and I'm happy you guys met. And if you have roots in Vietnam, I'm just very happy that you guys met. So go ahead.
Thank you, Marike.
In presence now.
Yeah.
Yes. So
thank you so
want
much.
to introduce here.
So I'm Francisca Tan. I worked with Arteo last year to a group of pioneers and artists that we've been working with, Earth observation data. And yeah, just like also, and at this point, it's like I can fully agree. Thank you very much, Bernard, for like opening up this opportunity. It's really, I can reflect the artists who are not here today, Daniel Rosero and Sog Radding. They are kind of taking aback when we kind of exchanged on this idea that we get this opportunity and the support to use this chance to send art into the orbit, and they were just like kind of, it's this childhood dream that you secretly carry and you don't want to share it or speak it out loud before it happens, because you can't really grasp that this could be happening. It's like we have these ideas and those images of the blue marble, and then just like thinking that you can be part of it and really connect to it, I think is very unreal. So and maybe just connecting to two things that Bernard just said with the idea of the ark and like sending two of each species, which is probably a bit too expensive of a payload. And then these aspects of diversity, it's also that a choice that I took on for the curatorial concept that was very important for us, and all the different backgrounds that we have in our practice, whether we're science, art, different cultures, different countries, and also different genders. So we chose to have our artists represented by female artists, a male artist, and a non-binary artist from different countries, from different roots, and try to create different formats, like really the aspect of data, the aspect of literally gold, a piece of our planet, the material things, so, and have a representation of simulation, so everything that we are confronted with when it comes to digital notions of representations that are so far from our lived experience. And yeah, we wanted to kind of use this opportunity to reflect also on what diversity means, and with all those gaps that we all experience, to reflect what are the things that connect us. And yeah, so it's like I'm very grateful for this opportunity. Thank you very much to Artea to making this journey happen, to Bernard to invite us and partner up together. So it's like I'm very blessed about this.
It's only a start.
Yeah. It's only a start.
Ravi, I'd like to invite Ravi, who is also my partner in exploration for what concerns space and art.
Thank you very much, everybody. And first, can I raise a glass to congratulate everybody on this reaching orbit? And it's been an extraordinary journey to watch. And thank you to Bernard for introducing this opportunity, and to Francisca for curating the three artists who've gone up with us today. RTO, as many of you may know, is an initiative intended to focus on the opportunities to engage with Earth science and environmental data through the power of satellite Earth observation. And so it's incredibly poetic that these three artists who've embraced that potential have now sent their work back to orbit and sort of creating that full circle. And I think that sort of speaks to the ambition we have at RTO to leverage space technologies, leverage the sheer depth of data that's available, and make that part of the way in which we collectively understand where we're going as a society and as a planet, and the opportunities there are to address our biggest challenges. So it's been quite an evening, and thank you again, Bernard, and thank you to all of you, and good luck with the rest of the deployment over the coming hours. All right, cheers, good night.
Thank you so much.
Capcom back to the mission control. Sabine.
Yeah, thank you so much. I'm just watching SpaceX, but there's nothing happened so far. Our artwork is orbiting the Earth, and this is very, very nice. Ganim, you are here, or Mary, would you talk about your artwork again?
And then we have Eva as well, that could talk.
Yeah, then give Eva. Then let Eva speak. Eva?
Second. Hi. I don't know if you see
Hi,
me.
Eva. I have not seen that you are here. Hello, welcome.
Yes. Of course, I'm always here. So, hi, everyone. Thank you so much to everyone for your enthusiasm. It's so nice to see everybody's inner child being awake. And, this sense of coming together, which is really precious for me to be a part of. So thank you, Bernard, especially. And also, I just wanted to say I really enjoyed what you said about symbols. And I think more than ever, we're in need of really evaluating and coming up with new symbols, because they really offer us a way to summarize so much about ourselves. And I think there's no other place where, symbols really can carry out their function than in outer space. So thank you so much for this opportunity. And I hope that we all continue working together.
Thank you, Eva. I met Eva in Vienna when she presented her perfume series, and she is doing nice or great artwork. What have you in the capsule? You have your perfume, or?
Well, no. So I had two parts at the Moon Gallery. It was the DBE, Data Bank of Emotions, fragrance that catalyzes for emotions of Earth and teleporting us instantly back to combat feelings of isolation and loneliness. I, though, decided to rather go with an image, which was the Earthling stem cell.
Yeah.
And so it's a figure of the human stemming from my shadow, filled with the web of life, one could say. So showing the interconnections that are making us be at home on what we call planet Earth. So that's the part. And actually this figure also just right now was in its 6-meter form. It was inaugurated in Kenya. It's functioning and communicating with the satellite Nemo, a Slovenian satellite. So it also, I've been trying to expand this particular image into different spheres, different sizes, different functions. So it's more like the interface between the technical, objective, unemotional satellite eye and the human, subjective, emotional eye. I'm trying to give a humanization to this satellite data imagery. So a kind of symbolism. That's what I was saying before, how important it is to keep symbols.
Thank you so much, Marike. By the way, loves your artwork, and I as well.
Thank you. I love your artwork too.
Thank you. And I remember our talk in Vienna, and it was really nice. And I hope we will meet again.
There's a special prepared by By Ravi.
Thank you. I just wanted to come back to quickly say a couple of things. First of all, I just wanted to recognize Ava in our opportunity here with Bernard. I mentioned 3 artists who we've sent up through RTO under the curatorship of Francisca. But of course, Ava is very much connected to RTO as well. Of course, she has her own presence on the mission, but we're incredibly grateful that she reconnected us with Bernard after some time. And yeah, we wouldn't have done this without her. So thank you so much, Ava. And also on that note, just to mention, as Bernard said, we're here in Vienna at the moment for the Living Planet Symposium. And for anybody who happens to be here over the next couple of days, there's an opportunity to see a brand new work by Ava in collaboration with pianist Isabella Libra. It'll be premiered for the first time tomorrow evening in Karlsplatz in Vienna. So we invite you all to come along. And there's several other opportunities to engage with what RTO is doing here at the Living Planet Symposium and at other events here in Vienna. And finally, just to say that we are sort of growing our cohort of participating artists in the program over the coming months. So for anybody who's interested in engaging with us, engaging with Earth observation data, please do reach out, and we'd love to hear from you. So thank you again, and all the best with everything.
Thank you, Ravi. That's very nice of you. And I see Ganim is here, and Mary. Mary, I would like you to talk about your art briefly. Or Ganim. Ganim was sending or sent a rock. Aber Mary, yeah, you are here. Yeah, come.
Yeah, I was muted. Sorry. Oh, maybe you want to see my face. Hi, on the background I have a photo of the gallery, and I want to thank Bernard and Space Renaissance for the possibility for me to join this mission. I was asked to create a piece again with horsehair, like I did for the Moon Gallery. I only chose to use different hair. For the Moon Gallery, I chose to use Icelandic horsehair, and now, because it was for Space Renaissance at all, I decided to use hair. Let me see, do I have a photo? I've been choosing for oh, now I've got to remove my face. I choose for horsehair from everywhere and in all kind of different colors to unite all the people from Earth and send them to space. And I made a cocoon-shaped nest, and I made a cocoon because you can also hide in a cocoon. And at the beginning, when I worked on it, we got all these all these stories of Earth and wars and whatever. And then I thought, yes, we really a space renaissance. We have to send a cocoon for everyone and for humanity and every people from all colors and from everywhere on the world. That was my thought behind it. That's my story.
Thank you, Mary. Has someone any questions to Mary? Mary was very helpful in collecting all the artworks and putting together in Holland and Amsterdam, and yeah, also she was very involved in doing all this work.
Well, I didn't do it all alone, Sabina.
Yes, but you were helping as well as Anna, so we can
Well,
mention
and Marika.
Yes,
also
Marika, I mentioned at the beginning a lot of time, and but I have not mentioned you so far, so you can take the bonus also one time.
Thank you, Sabina.
And
Thank you very much.
Marika, I will not make smaller your effort, but I know she is so modest, and she can tell that she did something. So and also Anna, and I know Marika that you did a lot of work for this project, and I will not minimize this. I'm sorry that I didn't want to do, and. Greg Harrison, can you tell us about your participation? Because I see that you put messages in the chat, so maybe you want to talk. Maybe you put your camera on.
Oh, yeah, yeah, not the camera today. I put the audio on, though. I really enjoying watching, looking at all the different artwork that went up in space, and I'm very happy for everybody who had a part in that. Yeah, I just got back from the International Space Development Conference last night in Orlando, so that was a great event. There was beautiful art there. It always it goes between the moon and Mars and deep space. So there were excellent tracks and many astronauts. I couldn't believe how many astronauts were there talking to us and telling us great things. So I was there presenting a paper on a new type of engine, hoping to get to work this year that would help open up space, deep space, Earth space, cislunar, but we'll see. But thank you for having me on, and I'm glad your rocket goes well. I hope it goes into the next step very, very wonderfully.
Thank you so much. Ganim, you are here now?
Well, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. Oh, go ahead.
Pardon?
Yes,
Greg, you
hi,
wanted
hi,
to add
Sabina.
something? Wait, Ganim. Greg, you wanted to add something?
No, I'm all set. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Ganim?
Yes, I am really honored to be part of this, of course. Just today, I learned about this deep, amazing artwork from all over the world. Bruce, Philip, and others as well. This work is really, really amazing. And it's great that we are also part of this. I mean, I learned about the art, the Space Renaissance for All Gallery last year in Milan. I've seen Bernard talking about it, and I was like, oh, I have to join this. I have to participate on this. I have to be an artist now. I am my background is engineering, but only because of this. If this is something I have to join, I have to do it. So Bernard told me I have only like 2 or 3 weeks because the calls have been completed now, and we can do something in that small period of time. So the first thing that came to me, because it's Space for All, and also we were in the campaign of the 18th SDG, I thought the best thing to offer is to have some rocks from the Failaka Island. Now, Failaka Island is a small, tiny island in the northern part of the Persian Gulf. It's 42 kilometers square, so it's really small, but it has significant importance in archaeology and history, because since the early Stone Age, we have the Babylonians, we have the early Persians, we have the Greeks, we have the early Christianity, we have also different periods of Christianity and Islam. So it's a blend of many civilizations and culture. And this small tiny island, wherever you dig a hole, you will find archaeology, you will find new pieces. Probably even in the shores, deep in the seas around the island. So I thought it will be nice to have some rocks from Failaka. Now, Failaka was inhabited a few thousand years before Common Era, until 1990. So why not to have a new archaeology in Space for All for the future, to create a new archaeological piece in this blended mixed culture location, to send it to space and create a new archaeology. So we had 2 samples from different stones or micro rocks, let's call it. We cut it we divided into 2 halves, and we sent 1 half to space. Now the rocks are actually in space, and we have the other half. We have another scientific objective, which is to measure the radiation as it goes to space and absorb radiation. So again, thank you very much for joining, for letting me joining this great opportunity, and I am really excited to see next to land back Earth.
Yes, thank you so much. I'm just learning that the re-entry will be in 3 hours. I think we will not sit here 3 hours more. We can do it all, everyone by our own. But I'm still very excited, and I like this feeling that my artwork is now, orbiting Earth, and I will look through my window. My telescope I cannot use because I have a cat net on my balcony. So but I thank you all for being here. You have to unmute yourself, Bernard, if you want to talk with us. Bernard, you have to unmute. And again, I would like to thank Marike, Bernard, Bruce, everyone who participated in this wonderful journey.
We give the floor to everybody here so that to capture a bit what they feel. I wanted also to introduce Jean-Marie Avan, which has been very inspired by some of our work.
Yes.
And we have commissioned him to produce a comics.
Yes.
For Space Renaissance. So, Jean-Marie.
Bonjour tout le monde.
Yeah.
Je vous entends, je vous regarde depuis le début même, et je suis très content d'être avec vous. Donc, si je peux vous montrer, par exemple, je regarde ce que j'ai. J'avais ouvert. Ah, normalement, c'est là. Alors, je vais tourner.
Yeah, this is very good. So
pareil, je ne sais pas ce que je montre.
Yeah, it's a visit. Some of the artwork he produced inspired some.
J'essaye de. Yeah. Est-ce que vous voyez quelque chose? Parce que je ne suis pas un très bon technicien.
It's a comics about astronaut going to space station, and I think there are some characters that maybe. By some of us. Yes.
Voilà ce que je voulais vous montrer plutôt. Est-ce que vous voyez?
Yeah. Oh, yes. So this is a version of the Space Renaissance for All gallery. It's a bit bigger than the real one, but you know, in the comics world, we don't respect scale.
Est-ce que tu peux le mettre en plein écran?
Yeah.
Alors, je vais déjà essayer de comprendre comment marche mon téléphone.
We could also give our characters as
yes.
comics.
Ah voilà, là je peux.
From the beginning of Space Renaissance, even before.
Yes.
With the Greek group in the 90s, and then make some history of this.
Alors, la taille ne comptait pas, c'est l'impact mondial qui est important. Donc, vu de l'espace, l'impact est bien aussi gros. C'est un astre qui brille. Space Renaissance fait briller l'art dans l'espace, et je suis content d'avoir contribué à une image explicable aux enfants, par exemple, que des jeunes nous rejoignent dans les expériences parce que ce sont eux qui vont fabriquer notre futur.
So to for the kids and so on. But Adriano wants to propose you. He wants a comics on the history of Space Renaissance. That could be part of yes.
Donc j'ai changé l'image, voilà.
We have to put some bits of history of the space movement inside these comics.
Yes.
From the first talks in the 90s via email with the first visionaries, Patrick Collins, Michael Martin Smith, and the beginners of this thing. And
we organize a meeting, and then we give him some input. And typically, he's producing some comics with 8 slides. You know,
yes.
8.
Yes.
We are going to make a compilation, but I have one on Moonbase, one on Orbital Station, one on Space Renaissance for All gallery, but also Space Renaissance movement. Yes.
Okay. About Space Renaissance International, I would like to say. Maybe our president could say something more, but however, yes, that Space Renaissance International is supporting all of these things. The Space Renaissance Gallery is called after Space Renaissance. And I just want to say that maybe many of the people that are here with us today don't know our association. They may think that this is a big association with big sponsors, that we don't have any problem, but that's not true. We have problems. We are a small organization. We are a activist organization. So what I want to say is that we need all of you on board. If you are not yet members, please join. The yearly fee is very, very cheap. It's only 24 euros per year. And we need you. We don't need only your small fees, but also many small fees may make big figures, of course.
And also, we need your presence, your activities, your ideas.
We also need you as activists, because you have a great passion, and that's what we need in Space Renaissance, to make this movement bigger and bigger. And I think today it was a step, a very important step toward that. And I want to stress one point, that it is also a sign of peace in this very critical situation with wars firing each day, new wars. That is a crazy period. And so I think that our action today to put art in space, art and science in space, is a sign of unity of humanity for everyone, really, space for all. And Space Renaissance is fully committed to this thing, to make space for all, to full inclusivity, to defend the new entries in the countries that are just facing for the first time to go into space. They don't have technologies, they need everything. So we are fighting to allow all of these new countries, new space countries, to be accepted in the space, in the global space enterprise, and to not deny to them what they need, the know-how, and not only the know-how, and the technologies, to help them to build their capacities and so on. So Space Renaissance is truly committed on this point at COPWAS, in the UN, and everywhere where we can. So this is a heartfelt call to all of you to join us.
John, and if you have some project you want to realize, I love to do projects. So we will help you. We have a bit of funding aside. Young professional, we have also a grant for young professionals. It's called Medici Funds grant. Also, if you have some people from emerging countries, I can offer them to join the fee. And also, if you want to develop some chapter, like we think to develop a chapter in Africa, we want to develop further in South America. So we have in Asia, and so if you want to develop some project also in your own countries or on various theme, like can be art with Sabine, can be architecture. We have Werner with us. We can be law, can be economics. Come also with some project, and we help you to realize them, and in a good synergy with the different dimension that Space Renaissance has. So I have now to go back to the moon.
Yes, you have to go back to the moon. I wanted.
But it will be nice to hear everybody. I will follow you from my taxi, and it's nice to give the word to everybody. And we will wake up. I will wake up anyway in 3 hours to see how was the splash. And tomorrow we can share. We have also Guy from India.
Yes. I'd like no, from the...
Wait a moment, Bernard, thank you for being here with us. And I wanted to say, to add only, the former mayor from Berlin said, or used to say, Berlin is poor but sexy, so we can make it our slogan, Space Renaissance is poor but sexy. And he was also asking for donations and so on, so in this way. So
we have some sponsors. You can give them donation individual. You can also bring some sponsors or partners with whom we do project on. We bring our expertise. And so I'd like very much. I'm going to follow you all while I am in my taxi. But it's nice to give
yes.
the opportunity to talk. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Bye.
Okay.
Guy, you wanted to talk?
Yes, just to say a couple of things that came to me about the living planet. I think that Gaia, that planet Earth, is a living system, and that mankind, as billions of people, human, Homo sapiens, we have the same kind of relation with Gaia that in each of us as an individual, we have with a kilogram or so of microbiota, intestinal, all the bacteria that live, and we all work together. And Gaia is going to have babies, which are small artificial planets, and we are helping Gaia getting her babies.
Yeah, thank you. Adriano is saying that we have only 1 minute more for the Zoom. I think we should close it now. And I hope you all agree. Yeah, okay, all hands up. And I wish you a nice evening. And thank you so much for being here with us, for your contribution, for your, work in this project and everything. So I think it was successful, and we are all happy that our artwork and our science work is in space. And I have learned a lot about new projects. Thank you again, and I wish you a nice evening. And we hope, I hope we will see the re-entry later individually, everyone. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you, Sabine. Great moderation. Thank you, Adriano. Great moderation.
Okay,
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you,
Bye.
Sabrina.
Ad Astra.
Ad Astra.
Thank you.
Thank
It's been
you.
wonderful.
Bye bye.